Ampe Tuwashte. Greetings, everyone. My name is Janice Stacy. I'm Dakota and Cherokee descent. We're going to have a press conference here. It's going to last about 20 minutes to acknowledge this is the third year that Philadelphia has officially recognized Indigenous Peoples Day in the city of Philadelphia. I'm also excited to be at Shackamaxon Park on this beautiful sunny day. Once again this year, we have members of the Lenape federally recognized tribes speaking today, and they're sitting off to my left, your right. Indigenous Peoples Day has been around since 2017. This annual event provides space for different Indigenous communities in the city to shed light on the history and strength of our people from 530 years of resistance. So without further ado, I'm honored to introduce you to the following leaders who are excited to share their thoughts and feelings with you about the historic date of Indigenous resistance. There's Andy Jacobs as our first speaker, followed by Eugene.
Good morning. I'm Andy Jacobs. I'm from Delaware Nation in Ontario, Canada, also known as Moravian Town. I'm working with the Lenape group and trying to make this bigger, better. We got all the 5 recognized Lenape groups here today. So glad you all could be here.
Next up is Eugene Blackcrow, who's Oglala Lakota, an advisor of IPT Philly, and a member of the Oglala Sioux tribe in the Pine Ridge Reservation in South Dakota.
Hello, friends. Welcome. Today is the 7th annual Indigenous Peoples Day, and we welcome you. And all the vendors that are here, we welcome you. And there's people from Canada, the Lenape from Canada, and I think the Lenape from Oklahoma are here too. And I'd like to welcome you guys and all you children out there. It's good to see you people out there, you know. And this is a family get-together stuff. So I'd like to welcome all you kids here and your families. And my name is Eugene Blackcrow, and I'm a Oglala Sioux Lakota from the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation. And I've been here since 2018, and every year it's getting bigger and bigger. So, you know, I'd like to, welcome all you guys. And we have a good day today. It's not too hot and not too cold, so hope you all enjoy. And feel free to help all the vendors. You know, they came a long way, so buy their artwork and, you know, just help them out. And that's all I'd like to say. So have a good day, you guys. Bye.
And last but not least, we have Romana Lee Akiyama, the Executive Director of the Mayor's Office of Public Engagement, whose office sponsors the event, and we're very grateful to have you here today.
Thank you, Janice. Can you all hear me? Okay, great. Well, good morning. Welcome to the 7th Annual Indigenous Peoples Day 2023. I think every year on Indigenous Peoples Day, the weather is so perfect and so beautiful, and that to me really has a significant spiritual meaning. So, my name's Romana Lee Akiyama, and I have the pleasure of serving as the Executive Director of the Mayor's Office of Public Engagement. Our office serves as the bridge between the Kenney administration and Philadelphia's communities, particularly our systemically excluded communities. Those who haven't always had a seat at the table for when policies and programs are created. And our office actively attempts to change this dynamic on a daily basis. You know, I have 2 hopes for today. First of all, I see so many young people out here, and that's incredibly exciting because you have an opportunity to really learn and get to know your neighbors here in Philadelphia. So my hope is for those who are not members of the Native American and Indigenous community that you have an opportunity to learn and grow. And for those who are members of the Native American and Indigenous community, today is about you and celebrating you and your presence and your rich contributions to our city. Philadelphia cannot thrive unless every community feels that they are seen, heard, and included in a meaningful way. And that's why it was so important for our office to sponsor today's beautiful gathering. So huge congratulations to the organizers for today's event, Indigenous Peoples Day Philly, Inc. So let's hear it for them. And lastly, I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge my colleague, State Representative Chris Rebb, who I believe you'll be hearing from in a few moments or later today. He's one of another huge champions for Native American and Indigenous communities in Pennsylvania. So looking forward to hearing from him later. Thank you all.
Thank you, Ramona. Thank you, Ramona, for that wonderful speech to everyone here and everyone else behind me as well. On behalf of IBD Philly, we are so fortunate to have you here at this historic event. So once again, to the Indigenous Peoples Day Philly 2023 Shackamaxon, the next part of the program runs until about 5 p.m. We'll be live streaming thanks to our amazing partners at PhillyCam over here. Stay tuned as we have an amazing lineup of speakers and performers and dancers and musicians that will be introduced by wonderful MC Charles Underbaggage, hiding back here. And I'm going to hand it off to him to be the MC through the rest of the day so you have a much better MC.
Party's here. Nay. Hey, everyone. So my name's Charles Underbaggage, and I come from the Oglala Lakota Nation out in Pine Ridge, South Dakota. So it's a long ways from home for me, but at the same time, this is also my home. This is my second home. Before we have performers line up and, I guess start with the day, I just want to give a little land acknowledgement of the land that we're on. We are on the Lenni Lenape, or the Delaware's land, the descendants. The Lenape people who survived and remained in the homelands known as Lenape Hoking, and those in the diaspora who were forcefully removed as far as Oklahoma, Wisconsin, and Canada, and are still marginalized here in the city of brotherly love. We also acknowledge that Philadelphia has a unique position in the nation's founding, and its successors are still responsible to uphold treaty rights for the stolen land. The space we are also sharing today, Shackamaxon Park, also known as Penn Treaty Park, has a significant history with the Lenni Lenape. Shackamaxon, it is where many sachems of the Lenni Lenape and other tribes from Lenape Hoking would meet for council. And with that historical fact, and despite centuries of targeted genocide by colonial forces across Turtle Island and Abayayala, the heartbeat of our communities are still here. Now, without further ado, we are excited to share our words, dances, and music with you. Let's give a warm welcome to our first guest, which I already know is Marcus Freeho, AKA Keith's IMC. We are grateful to have Marcus here to join our 7th Indigenous Peoples Day in Philadelphia. He is a Pawnee and Seminole from Oklahoma. He's multi-talented hip-hop artist, activist, and producer who uses his skills to work for Indigenous rights. Once again, put your hands together for Marcus.
Noah, Hinks J. Stongo, how's everybody doing this afternoon, this beautiful afternoon? All right. I'm going to be performing later, but right now, this is just the moment in time that I get to make an expression and just acknowledge not only the land that we're on here, this beautiful land, this sacred Mother Earth we call in my tribe, which is the Skidi Pawnee, the Wolf Band of the Pawnee, and I'm also Nogazogi, which is the Bear Clan of the Seminole. Those are my two people. And anywhere, in any time that we go somewhere, we always not only acknowledge this beautiful Mother Earth, the beautiful sacred Mother Water, but we also remember the ancestors that died and survived here in this land, the ancestors that were removed from this land, the ancestors that had to make long journeys to a place that wasn't their home, but yet they made it their home over time. And they always say time is sacred, time is powerful, and in time things grow. And in time there's renewal, there was a rejuvenation of the spirit. And what was taken from us wasn't as strong as what was given to us from the Creator. Atias Dirawaha, Ibofunga Hizage de Mizi. God, whatever your belief is. For us, that connection we have with Creator is the connection we have with all creation, Mother Earth, the animals, the birds. And sometimes whenever you see that spirit move through a place, we'll get a spiritual acknowledgement. And that spiritual acknowledgement may be a hawk flying overhead, or an eagle, or a nice gust of wind. And when we see that, we never overlook that, because we give thanks for that connection, that acknowledgement. Because that connection is the earth. That connection is all creation. That connection connects us to those ancestral beings which teach us to connect to each other. And whenever you connect to each other, what you're essentially doing is you're building that human connectiveness. These days that we live in, there is a battle between spirituality and technology. And that same battle is the modern day manifest destiny, not of the land, but of the people. And not of the people, but of the minds of the people. And if you can control the minds of the people, you can mislead the people. And so Indigenous Peoples Day is an acknowledgement that, yes, we are still here. We're still here because of that spiritual resilience, because of that historical love, that historical spirit. A lot of times we talk about historical trauma. We talk about all the pain that we've been through. But we have to ask ourselves, what was it that navigated us through that pain? It was that connection to creation, spirituality. It was that spirit within us, our genetic memory, our genetic code of who we are as a people. And who we are as a people is connected to all things. But today, they want to connect you with this powerful instrument right here. This right here is a powerful instrument called technology. This right here can destroy people. This right here can ruin your day, your week, your life, all because of the energy or the post that is put in here with the purpose of controlling the minds of the people, the thoughts, the opinions, the ideas. It was no different than a long time ago when they used to wave the flags against the wars of our indigenous people. The way they would print their articles in the papers to eradicate the natives from the land. That was the purpose of this country, was to wipe us off the face of the earth. But because they could not do that, and because the War Department was about to go broke, they continued to write these treaties. And these treaties were an attempt to take the children, to take the warriors away, and take the women. So it's good to see these young people here. Is this grade school? Grade school, first, second, third, fourth, fifth grade? No, this looks like first, second. No, this is like third, fourth. Okay. All right. Well, second, third, fourth, fifth, grade school, whatever you grade you are in, this is for you, young people. It's so important to learn the truth. It's so important to know what land that you walk on. It's so important to know the facts. And this is just a short message, because our young people, our ancestors, they were just like you, little kids, okay? Some of y'all are what, 7, 8 years old? How many of y'all are 7? Raise your hand if you're 7. 8? 8, okay. When my mom was 6 years old, she was ripped from the hands of her grandma, and she was forced to go to a school. Now imagine if you cannot see your grandma or your mom for 6 years of your life. You would cry every night. It was devastating. It was a sad time for the little kids of the indigenous nations a long time ago. But we're still here. So you young people, learn. I invite you to learn. And may the educational system in hopes teach that. If not, data chikstahu anyway dirahe. Ah chiksi taku kawe hirida we such waduksti. You can learn it today. And that's a beautiful thing. So my young people here, all you grade school students, middle school, before I sing this song, in my language, we say, Dudahe. Can y'all say that? And in my other language, we say, Mado. All right, y'all. Hey, y'all make some noise, y'all young people. Go ahead and make some noise. I know y'all like to scream. And the teachers cover their ears. But what I want to say is this right here, this technology is powerful. But this technology can only work by the use of the rare metals that come from Mother Earth. And we were taught that we connect to all things in Mother Earth. The stones, the lithium, the copper, the gold, the wiring. And so you can put positive spiritual energy within this technology to bring a balance to the world. And that's how we can also bring a truth to this world through this technology. Because spirituality is the key. So I want to say that much. Somebody say, Doodah, hey. Say, Muddo. the wall, hi, oh, hi. Halwe me na pi akatis o halwe me api akatis mik usabal kia pi anam mik usabal kia pi anam Halwe imaim, happy yakatis. Oh, halwe imaim, happy yakatis. Wanda kia pia anam. Oh, wanda kia pia anam. Halwe imaim, happy yakatis. Oh, halwe imaim, happy yakatis. Mik usapal kia pia anaham. Mik usapal kia pia anaham. Halwe imaim, happy yakatis. Oh, halwe imaim, happy yakatis. Yo. Thank y'all very much. My name is Keith IMC. I'm gonna be performing later. I'm gonna be doing some like hip hop music, indigenous hip hop. So y'all stick around. Tell your friends. Tell them to join us here by the beautiful river, this beautiful land. Say tata chikso iriwe tidahi hidi mahi. And oh yeah, Columbus didn't discover this land. Peace.
It's always great to have Keith here. He's definitely going to get you on your feet later, so you better get up and stretch those legs. But thank you very much, Keith. Now for our first dance group, if everyone would please just kind of, oh, actually, never mind. We got a big circle here cleared already. But the Sky Dancers are an ensemble of performers of different ages from the 6 nations of the Grand River in Ontario, Canada. So if the Sky Dancers could make their way up here, their troupe was founded in 1946 by the late Howard Sky, and 2 generations later, they continue to share their rich culture and social dancing. We are grateful to have the amazing Sky Dancers at Indigenous Peoples Day 2023. Everyone, put your hands together. Let's make some noise for the Sky Dancers.
We just want to say, Sego Swagweg. That's how we greet each other in our language, where we come from. There's a couple different ways that we say it, where we come from, our people. We're Yungwano Shoni people of the Longhouse. So when we greet each other, what we say Sego. Can you guys say that? Sego. Or the other way that a lot of our people will greet each other, they'll say Scano. Scano. So Scano, what that means is it means peace. So a lot of times when they greet each other, that's what they're greeting each other with, is in a peaceful way. When we say Sego is kind of like the same thing. But we're asking each other, is there still peace between us? Because then the next thing that we usually say is, we'll say, Skana goga. You know, are you in a good way? Are you in a peaceful way? So just to start things off, as we got here, we heard there were a few acknowledgements and things like that to start the day off. And kind of what our protocol is, where we come from, is that before we start singing and dancing, we have to give thanks. So I just gave a really short, what we call Gano Hoila Dunksla or Gano Honyok. And we acknowledge each other for being able to make it out here today. They say there's a lot of different energies working all over, all the time to help us to get where we need to get. And I was talking with some of our dancers here before we got started, and they were telling us about some of the troubles that they were going through when, from the time that they got here. And so we acknowledge that there's different energies all around us all the time. But we were able to make it through, all of those hardships and persevere. And we're able to be here today to share our songs and dances with you. So we acknowledge each other. We acknowledge you that you were all able to make it here safely here today. And then we go on and we acknowledge the earth, our mother, and everything that was created. Because the older people tell us that all these things that we have here, these drums and these rattles and everything, that they come from those elements of creation, just like that last guy was talking about the technology that goes into those phones and things like that. That all comes from creation too. Well, the things of what we use to play our music, that all is derived from creation. So that's what the older people told us, that before we can pick those things up and use them, we have to give thanks. And then we acknowledge the sky dwellers, the thunders, who bring the rains, who help to circulate the winds, our eldest brother, the sun, our grandmother, the moon, the stars up above, and the four beings in the four directions that watch over us as we travel about here on the earth. And lastly, to the Creator. And so we just want to acknowledge all of those things as we get ready to start here today. So we have a few different dances that we do to kind of start things off. I'm just going to check with one of our dancers here to see what they want to start off with. So some of the songs that we have, they're very old. They're very old songs. And this first song that we're going to do is what they call a one-eye, or they call it a welcome dance in the way we translate it, I guess. Long time ago, they used to use it for war dance. But they said that when the time of the peacemaker came, that we buried our weapons of war, and now we use some of these things that were used a long time ago for war to make peace. So we changed those kinds of things. So now today, that's what we do, is that we use these songs in a good way. And that's what we say, is that when we come together as people like this, that we use these songs to help greet our visitors or to help greet each other. And so this first song that we're going to do is what we call a welcome dance. So that was the welcome dance. And they said a long time ago, the way that they used to dance that there would have been like a post, what they call a war post in the center. And they said that as they would cross, that the warriors, what they would do is that they would hit their war clubs on that post, and it would be painted with a red stripe on there. They said that they would sing that, and then as they crossed, they would hit their clubs on it to charge up their clubs, to give them good medicine, give them good luck when they were going to battle. But like I said, we took that and we changed it now, and so that when we cross over and when we greet each other, then that's what it does, is it gives that good energy. It's that exchange of good energy and friendship and peace. So this next song that we're going to do is what we call a old moccasin dance. And they call it Gayo Gayo. And they say that this song, that it's an old song as well. That part at the end, that we say that in the language, we say Gayo. That means that it's old. We say Gahyowa. Gahyowa is talking about fruit, Gahik. And so where we come from, where our people originate from, we originate from New York State. So who knows what the nickname of New York State is? It's on the license plate. Who can tell me what's the nickname for New York State? Somebody, some little person over here's got their hand up. What is it? Not the Garden State. And the blue? What is it? That's what they call New York City. But what do they call the whole state? What's the nickname? And the white shirt right in the middle here. The sunglasses on. Yeah, you. What do we call the empire? Oh, I almost give it away. The Empire State, right? Just like the Empire State Building. So why do they call it the Empire State? Is it because of Darth Vader and the Empire? No, it's not. It's not because of that, right? What is it talking about? The Empire. The girl in the back there with the braids. What are we talking about when we talk? What is it? No, not the building. Anybody else? It's talking about the Empire apple. Empire apple is a variety of apple that our people, Haudenosaunee people, that we used to grow in our orchards. So when the settlers, when they came over, when the Europeans came over to our homelands, that's what they seen, is they seen these orchards of Empire apples. And so that's an indigenous apple that grew here. So when they nicknamed the state, that's what they called it. They called it the Empire State. And that's where the Empire State Building gets its name from. So the Empire apple was a really big part of our people's lives. And a long time ago, we used to have a festival. We used to have ceremonies to give thanks to the Empire apple. Because we would use those apples, we would cut them up and we would dry them, dehydrate them, and then we could eat them all year round. And then at the time of the apple harvest, we would have this Thanksgiving. And they would say they would gather up all the young people, just like you guys. And what they would do is that they would do some of these dances, and they would see who amongst those young people could do those dances. Do every dance, knew how to stop on time. If there was jumps in the songs, they could hit the jumps. And at the end of the day, the elders would get together, and they would be watching all the young people when they're dancing. And whichever young people, they would pick usually a boy and a girl, and they would give them both a pair of dancing moccasins. So if you look at our dancers up here, they all have really nice beaded moccasins, leather buckskin moccasins. And that's what the older people would do, is they would give them a pair of dancing moccasins, what they called gayowa. And so that's what they're talking about, gahyowane. That's what we call an apple, swahyowane. So that's what this song is talking about. They used to use it a long time ago at this time of year when the apples are coming into season and we would go out and harvest. So this dance is usually started off by two guys. We got two of our dancers, and then two of the ladies will join in. And sometimes, we ask, some of our guests as well to come on up and join us, but just kind of watch them for now and see how it goes. And then if you think you can do it, then maybe you can come up if there's enough room as they're going around. You can join in and help them dance. So honaga de wiga ga ne hona ne nai dwadla no down ne jini gala no da gayo wa gayo ne tunu ne dwana donc dane tona do hage ne yongwa ni go. dancers a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, put your hands together for the Sky Dancers, everybody. the Sky Dancers once again. They'll be on later in the program today. So that was just a little introduction, but please, stick around and wait for what they have next.
We just want to thank everybody for coming out and watching our performance, and I hope that you hang around and enjoy the other performances here today as well. I just wanted to add on that last little song that we did there with that little jump in it. They say that that's the victory dance of the robin. After he catches the worm, then that's what he does. He's got that little jump step in there because he's happy and he's celebrating. Also, I just wanted to mention that we have a booth at the back there. So if you like Haudenosaunee inspired arts and crafts, that we have a booth in the back there. I think Sui's back there. I don't know if she can hear me or see me. Give a wave, Sui, so everybody can see where you are. There she is back there. See, if you want to get up and check out the table back there, we have a table as well. So hona kadewigay ka, nene hona, nene naidwadulis, one kanyuli west. So we're going to take a little break for now, and then around 2:30, I think we're coming back on, and we'll do some more songs. Dane tonight do hage niyong.
All right, thank you. So let's introduce the speakers that are coming up next. I'm sorry. They want to share with us all about their views of this historic day and this amazing historical park known by the Lenape as Shackamaxon. So this is Shackamaxon Park, but at the same time, it's called Penn Treaty Park. So please put your hands together for Tonya Anna. She traveled all the way from Oklahoma to be here today. She is the assistant chief of the Delaware Tribe of Indians, whose headquarters is based in Bartsville, Oklahoma, and was first appointed in October 2021, then elected in November 2022 to serve a 4-year term. We are so grateful to have Tonya here for this important history she has shared.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to teach all these little guys out here a simple Lenape word for hello. Hey. Can you say that? Hey. All right. Second word I'm going to teach you is thank you. Wanishi. You guys are good. I want to thank you for having me here all the way from Bartlesville. To be on tribal council has been an honor. It's also been probably the hardest job I've ever had in my 56 years of being. They asked me to speak today. They gave you some of the history. Y'all know that this is Lenape Hoking. This is where our ancestors began. To walk on this land makes me feel so proud to be Lenape. I am also half Choctaw, so I come from 2 different tribes. And I didn't know what I was going to speak about today until I heard somebody mention it earlier today on something that you guys probably don't know. My mom was raised basically as white. She did not know her Lenape background to the extent that some of these people here today do. My father, who was Choctaw, was taken out of the home at 9. Now, I know there's people out here that said they was 8, 7. I want to know how many people here are 9. I want all the adults to look at these kids. At the age of 9, my father was taken away from his home. He didn't know English. He only knew Choctaw. And with this being Indigenous Peoples Day, I felt the need to make this known. He was told he could not speak his language. He could not practice any traditions that he had. So, down the road, back in 1950s, the late 50s, my father and mother both met at Haskell Indian Nations School, which was in Lawrence, Kansas. It's still there today. They were sent there to learn a trade. My mom's trade, she actually wanted to be a butcher, and she was told she could not because she was a woman. grandfather, who was full-blooded Delaware, also went to Haskell, and he wanted to go to be a baker, and he was told, no, that's a woman's job. So he became a welder. So out of this mess, they got married, and they had 3 children. I'm the youngest. I have 2 older brothers. And the reason I'm telling you this is because we were not raised in our traditional ways. I was actually born and raised in Ohio. I worked many jobs, from a steel factory to education. And I claim that my education experience brought me the leadership that I need to be the assistant chief of the Delaware Tribe of Indians. I want these kids out here to know that you guys can be anything you want to be. Your mind is the strongest thing that you possess. And you can do anything that you want by your mind. Use it. The one thing my dad taught me, there's no self-pity trips. You heard the saying, pick yourself up by the bootstraps and continue. That's what we did. That's what the natives did, is you pick up and you move on. Maybe not physically, you move on to the next day, to the next moment. Life is so precious. And as natives, we think of it as the eternal circle of life. With death, there comes life. The reason I'm telling you this is because it's brought a lot of harm to the natives. Being taken away from your family, being taken away from what you knew. It's not easy. So back in 2005, I moved back to Oklahoma to help take care of my mom, who had returned there in the early 90s. So coming from a background where I wasn't taught traditions, I am now learning my culture. At 56 years old, I have to go back and learn what I should have already known. And this is a lot of things that people don't know today. This stuff was taken from us. They can take things from us. My grandma always told me they can't take education from you. So learn everything that you can. If you can do it in school, do it for free, because when you get out of school and you got to go back and learn, you're going to pay. Learn everything that you can. I was told that there was an elm tree here that all the chiefs, William Penn, everybody came together underneath this elm tree. It's no longer here in this park, just like our ancestors are no longer here. They're here, but they're not here. Our Lenape people walked on this land. There's a 3rd generation elm tree back here that is behind a gate. So if you take time to go back there and look at that elm tree, it's the 3rd generation. Things continue with each generation. And I hope to bring to you people and anyone else listening, education, learn, even if it's a different culture. It may not be a native culture. It could be a different culture. Everybody comes from a background. Whether you're white, whether you're black, whether you're Indian, it doesn't matter. You come from a background. Seek it, embrace it, and love it, and pass it on. I want what's left with my tribe to leave to my children and my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, and so forth. It's all about tradition. And you'll see traditions here today, such as the dancing, the singing, the talking. I may not know a lot of my native words, but in my heart, I know where I come from. I hear them. Our tribe has a powwow every year, Memorial Day weekend. We keep our culture alive. One is by powwows. We give classes to our members, anywhere from beadwork to ribbon work, moccasin making. Keep the traditions going. If you have a tradition in your family, I don't care what culture it is, keep it alive. Thank you.
Thank you for Tonya and her words. Our second speaker today is Matthew Putnam. Matthew Putman, I'm sorry. He's from the Stockbridge Muncie Band of Mohicans located in Bowler, Wisconsin. He's a logger. Ooh, this wind is crazy today. Caleb, nice to meet you. Okay. All right, so Matthew Putman, he is a family man who teaches his tribal history, migration, and genealogy. He also makes dugout canoes. Matthew was very happy to speak at IPD Philly today and educate people on who a Lenape American Indian is. He will also discuss why it is vital for our return home and our voices to be heard in the land of our nativity. Again, put your hands together for Matthew.
Hello, everyone. I'm very happy to be standing here today with my son Caleb. As the gentleman just had said, I teach history, migration, as in forced removals, and in pre-contact history. We are Mohican and Munsee people where we live, but the reality is there are relatives from all our communities out east through our removal mixed in with the main tribe. So I'm going to start historic. The Mohican people, their northern territory started at the St. Lawrence Seaway, the east side of Lake Champlain. And on the west side, it was Lake George, and to the north were the Mohawk. We went down the Hudson River, down to the Delaware watershed, and that was our extent. To the west, around the Catskills, we mixed with the Munsee, which are our people, and they just speak a different dialect. And past them are the Oneida, which are Haudenosaunee. As I look out, I know we're kind of rehashing things here, but I want to remind everyone, this is Lenape-Hoking. This is our original homelands. We are the original people. And even at events like this, erasure is taught. There are other organizations that steal our thunder, that tell you that they are us. They're corporations these days. People don't realize that. There are corporations that claim to be American Indian tribes, federally recognized nations. And each day these corporations, they steal from our sovereignty. And it is a good thing to be standing back here on this stage, to look at you all, to talk to you all, to tell you that the original people, Lenni Lenape, we are here. And we need to find a common ground again, to educate, to start over. I don't quite know what that common ground is, but we do need to have government-to-government relationships, as it was. And we have walked away from that long ago. And I know I'm here with a bunch of young students, and is there any one of you students that would have a question today? You're welcome to come up here and ask. I'll do my best to answer it. Does this thing work if I go down there? Huh? Would you mind coming up here, young lady? Hello, what is your name?
Cecilia,
Cecilia, what would you like to ask?
how do tribes start?
We always were. We existed just like your family has existed forever. We exist the same way. Thank you. Come on up. Your name is?
Can anybody celebrate this holiday?
Yes, yes. That's the purpose of this, is to educate each and every person the differences and unique lifestyles we live. Thank you. Thank you. And your name is? Well, I guess greeting each other. Oh, you say hello. So we say, "Buenas noches." Thank you. And your name is?
Miles, what's the best part of being Native American?
I guess the best part is getting to meet other people and educate them on who we are, and it's just a lot of fun to talk about history, to teach people things that they don't know. And it's also fun for us to talk to you and learn about your culture. I don't know if anybody else has any questions here. I'll be glad to entertain adults also. Holy man. Go ahead. Your name is?
My name is Corinne.
Yes.
So, what age are you when you start, learning the dances?
You learn from the first day. You watch, just like now we watch people do things. When our eyes tell us everything. Your name?
Yeah. My name's Olive. Can you choose your own culture, or do you follow what your parents' culture is?
I would say you follow what your parents' culture is, unless you're adopted. And we did do adoptions. It's very common. There are people that are not from our native lineages that have been adopted.
So if you're adopted, you choose your own culture?
Well, I believe that you're raised the style that your adoptive parents raise you, and if you're from a different culture, it's going to be your choice at that point.
Where do you guys usually live other than Philadelphia?
So young lady, we've been removed. We do not no longer stay here. Obviously, you know that, and we've been moved to reservations, usually to the western part of America. Would any adults in the crowd like to ask any questions? Well, we'll ask a couple more questions out of these children, and then I'm going to retire. Go ahead. Your name is?
My name is Avery, and do you like your culture?
Young lady, I very much enjoy my culture. I very much enjoy teaching people about it, and I very much enjoy the conversations we have back and forth. Your name is?
Vivian, and where do you get the certain clothes for your dances?
The clothes we have for our dances are made by our families. So you can look at our clothing. So certain styles might be by the band you belong to or the tribe. And then there's things inside that show you the family. And it's kind of It's kind of difficult to learn. This will be the last question.
What's your favorite part of your culture?
Favorite part of my culture is teaching my own people that don't know. It's actually, you think us being born Native American or American Indian, you think we know all about our culture, but that's not true. As you heard the lady from Delaware Tribe of Indians, she talked about how her family was taken away at a young age, and I can't imagine leaving my parents as a child, being taught a totally different way of life, and then someday come home. You know, you don't know your people anymore. But I'd like to thank everybody. I'm going to turn the mic over to the next speaker, and I hope you all enjoy your day and take a little something home from here. Feel free to stop me or anybody else here to visit with.
Thank you, thank you. So next up, we have Teresa Johnson. She traveled all the way from Toronto, Canada, to be here with us today. She is from the Lenape community of Ontario, and the home of her people, her ancestors, are in New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. She's a descendant, and I'll let her pronounce this word, but without further ado, here's Teresa Johnson.
Anishik. My name is Yayeta Ganha. I'm going to say a little prayer before I get started. And Kanam Hal Lawana, Kisha Lamokwing, Alamiliang, Yon Kwai Kishkwik. Kanam Hal Alona, Kakona, Aki, Kanon, Om Kona, Seki Apiang. And what I said is, we give thanks to the Creator for giving us this day. And we give thanks to the Mother Earth on whose back we are on as long as we are here. Now, my background is Mohican, Munsee, and Unami. But in my community of Raventown, Ontario, we have Nanticoke there as well. And all four of our groups travel together. We all left this area together. So I didn't grow up with my culture, but I did grow up with my grandmother, and she taught me a lot of stories. And one of the things that I hear about is Wall Street in New York City. That wall was built to keep us out. It was built by the Dutch to keep us out. But when I come back to this area, that's not the story I hear. But I believe my grandmother, that is the true story. Now, another one is about Manhattan. Now, I hear different stories about the name of what Manhattan means, but to us, it meant the place of drunks. And that's another story that was passed down to us. But when I come back to this area, I hear different stories. I see different dances. But I grew up with my grandparents. I was raised by them, and they passed on these stories and other stories. And I believe those ones to be true. This is my third year being here, and I like seeing everybody here. I like seeing all the kids, and they're learning from us. And you're welcome to ask us anything. I did my family tree for quite a few years, and once I got down to this area, all the way up to Shackamaxon, I got on the road to see where my people lived. And that's where I learned a lot of my history. And I found out I go back to Tediascung. He lived here in Wyoming. He lived here last in Wyoming, but he was born in New Jersey. And you know, if you read the books about Tediascung, it talks about how he was burnt up in his house. But when I came to this area, I see a lot of spirits and around me all the time wherever I go. And one of the things that I picked up about him right away, he was killed first. before he was burnt up in his home. Tediusgung was a really strong chief. I suggest that's something for you kids to look into, what all he did. He learned the language, he learned the court system, and he used the court system to help our ways. But when the chiefs got too strong along the ways, the Europeans always found a way to kill them. Chief White Eyes was another one. He was killed also because he done too much, he knew too much, and he's too strong of a chief. Now I'm traveling this weekend with my husband. Where is he? He's walking around here someplace, but he's got the red. Oh, there he is, right over here. I made his outfit for him. He started dancing maybe about 10 years ago. He's got a war club that was made, a Delaware war club that was made by a friend of ours. And I also have a couple of great grandkids over there. And they're going to be dancing with him this afternoon. But I'm glad they travel with me. My husband has been a chief for 20 years of his own tribe, but he's also has Lenape heritage. And he's helped me a lot during this last 10 years, learning about my own history. I'll be walking around here all day. If anybody has any questions to ask me, please feel free to do so. I can't think of anything else I was going to say, but I'll pass it on to the next speaker.
Trinity Gumbi, she traveled all the way from Oklahoma to be here with us today. Trinity is a Lenape citizen of the Delaware Nation. She also descends from the Caddo, Kiowa, Comanche, Apache, Fort Sill Apache, and Ottawa people. She comes from a long line of tribal leadership from both sides of her family tree, and we are so honored to have her with us today. Put your hands together for Trinity.
Hey, Willie Kishku, Kulamasi H, Delawensi Trinity Gumbai, Ni Lenape, Bakumni, Anadarko, Oklahoma, Bakumni, Pukawankuichuk. Hello everyone, my name is Trinity Gumbai. I am from Anadarko, Oklahoma, and I am the Delaware Nation of Oklahoma, and I'm also Caddo, Kiowa, Comanche, Apache, Fort Sill Apache, Wyandotte, and Ottawa. I also want to let my nephew here, we traveled a very long way. I want to let him introduce himself as well.
My name's Shatani. I'm 6 years old.
And if my son Luca is here, please get up here right now. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. That's okay, hurry up.
Hi, my name is Luca, and I'm 8 years old, and I'm in 3rd grade, and I'm Delaware.
Okay.
I'm in kindergarten.
Thank you guys. These are my two nephews. One's my nephew, and this is my son right here. And they traveled with us on this road trip. We drove 24 hours straight to get here to be with you all. Me and my sister, who is right here as well. She's also Delaware Nation. Yeah, we're just really excited to be here today. You guys are going to have to stand right here or something. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, I'm really excited to be here. I was asked to come here by Mabel, and I just wanted to give a big shout out to her because this event has been really awesome. So I just want to take our time to acknowledge her wherever she's at. Oh, there she is. There she is. Yeah, so I just wanted to say Wanishi for having me in your guys' space, which is also by right my space as well. So I just wanted to thank you for welcoming in a good way here. My people specifically, I am, as you guys know, we are 1,512 miles away from here. We were the furthest displaced from our homelands of Lenapehoking. So we are in Anadarko, Oklahoma, which is in southwest Oklahoma, not to be confused with Delaware Tribe of Indians, which is in Bartlesville, which is more north. Yep, go ahead. So that's where we are from. That's where my people are from. As he kind of mentioned before, I come from tribal leadership on both sides of my family, my mom and my dad's side. I grew up with my mom's side of the family, which is the Lenape side. And my family was a generation of tribal leaders. And then before that, we were culture bearers. Before that, we were language keepers. So a big line of tribal leadership and cultural people in my family. So I am the one standing before you today with, representing myself and my sister and my kids that are here. But I'm also acknowledging that I am here today because of my family that came before me and that started this work. That is so very important to me. And my mother, who is deceased, one of her big goals in her life was to become a land back attorney. So I'm really excited to share with you all that is sort of what my trajectory is now going to look like. I am a graduate of the University of Oklahoma, so super excited to be a college grad where I'm from. And I'm also a current student at the University of Oklahoma College of Law. So that's kind of where my path will lead me, is sort of with the same work that she has been doing and that she started so many years ago. So really excited. The main thing I wanted to tell you guys, the kids in the audience, is that, Native people, we're not all the same. We don't have a specific mold. There's over 600 recognized tribes in the United States, and we come from a vast different community. All of our communities are very different. I am what it looks like to be educated and to be out in this world and before you today. You guys kind of know a little bit, as some of these speakers spoke before me, about boarding schools and the federal government's attempts to wipe our people clean. So it is nothing short of a miracle today that myself, but also my children and my sister and all of these people here today are standing before you. And we are very, very proud to be here. And we're just really excited to be able to talk to you all today. And, if you see me around walking and you do have a question, please stop me and ask me. I would love to connect with you all. Some of the work that we're also doing, me and my sister, we just recently started a nonprofit, which is we're really excited about some of the work, which is still geared towards bringing our Lenape people and creating opportunities for them and getting our people back home, because it's really important for them to be able to have that connection. So that's kind of what me and my sister have been working on lately. So if you do have any questions about that or anything like that, we would love to talk to you all. And yeah, I just wanted to say, Wanishi, thank you all for having me here today, and thank you so much.
When is she?
Future MC over here. All right, so we have a couple more speakers coming up, and the next one I want to introduce is Andy Jacobs, who is one of the leaders of the Lenape Program Working Group of IPD Philly and a member of the Delaware Nation of Ontario, Canada. So if Andy would please come up, put your hands together.
Hello, I'm Andy Jacobs. I'm from Delaware Nation, Ontario, Canada. I started working with Maybell last year. My goal was to get all the 5 different nations here, the 2 from Oklahoma, 1 from Wisconsin, and then our 2 Canadian ones. Say your name.
My name is Ezra.
How old are you?
6.
Where do you live?
In Muncie.
Ezra is my granddaughter. She lives in Muncie, Delaware Nation. So she's our 5th representation. So it doesn't matter like how old you are or whatever, but all 5 of us are here. I have 2 kids that are from Muncie, Delaware Nation, and 3 grandkids. Anishik for being here.
Anishi.
Go on then. Thank you, Ez.
Thank you. Next up is Donna Fan Doyle. She is Choctaw. This is the one that I went to earlier before, but she is Choctaw and a Cherokee descent and co-founder of the Coalition of Natives and Allies. She is a co-director of the American Indian Movement. She is here to share some of her most current works. Please put your hands together for Donna.
Thank you. Hey, it's a good day to be Native. I want to thank the Creator for such a beautiful day. And I want to thank Mabel and everyone that worked so hard to make this event such a special day. My name is Donna Fan Boyle. I'm a proud member of AIM. I'm a co-founder of AIM Woodlands Territory and the Coalition of Natives and Allies. AIM is a spiritual movement that has been around for 65 years, with a formal history of 65 years, but it has actually been around for 500 years without a name, because Native people have always wanted to work to be seen as equal. AIM, the movement, was founded to bring about renewal of a spirituality which would help strengthen the need to reverse devastating policies put in place by the U.S. government and Canada and the other colonizer governments of Central and South America. At the heart of AIM is a deep spirituality and a belief in the connectedness of all Indigenous peoples. During the past 65 years, the American Indian movement has organized communities, created opportunities for people across the Americas and Canada. AIM is headquartered in Minneapolis, with chapters in many other cities, rural areas, and Native nations. The leaders and members of AIM today always remember all of those who came before us, and we have the responsibility to carry on their good works and follow in their footsteps. There are so many issues to focus on which are all intertwined. False assumptions, theories, negative theories, and stereotypes of natives cause the genocidal policies created by the U.S. in order to rid itself of what it considered its Indian problem. Massacres, forced removals, starvation, forced assimilation, taking children away from their family to be adopted by white families, and sending children to abusive boarding schools, where the results of natives being seen as warlike and bloodthirsty. During the time, while natives were severely punished just for being native, there were sports teams and schools creating mascots and logos and names based on those false negative stereotypes, which caused us so much deep physical and emotional harm and lasting trauma. Native mascots do not honor Native people. Native mascots, team names, and imagery are racist. Sorry, I'm losing my stuff here. Scientific research proves that Native mascots demonstrate direct negative effects on Native Americans. And these mascots activate and reflects or reinforce stereotyping and prejudice towards other minorities. The previous name of the Washington football team is a dictionary-defined racial slur, and thankfully they made the change. But there are still numerous schools which use that same racial slur and other harmful Native mascots. These schools are perpetuating racist stereotypes of Native people, while they also have policies against all forms of discrimination and harassment. But nowhere in those policies does it say except for when it comes to Native Americans. These schools, there is no other race of people or minority being used in schools and sports as false representations for a predominantly white fan base. The use of other races would just not be allowed. There would be protests and marches and lots of support to end it. If these schools won't do it willingly, they must be forced to live up to and abide by their very own protective policies, which were created to protect everyone. While we have seen many changes in the use of Native mascots, there are still schools, sports teams, and communities that hang on to these archaic images and stereotypes and refuse to listen to the natives who they claim to be honoring. This work for positive change is very tiring. It's hard having to fight these battles and constantly with people who tell you, if you don't like it, get out of our country, move back to the res, get your kids out of our schools, along with being threatened with physical harm. Native people are calling for truthful education and a total banning of the use of Native mascots and imagery and names in schools and sports. If you use Native people as a caricature or a stereotype to be a false representation for non-Native people, you are taking away our honor, taking away respect from us, taking away the fact that we are real people. You use us as characters. And there's so much information out there to prove how harmful that is. Using us as a stereotype for a non-native school makes the non-natives feel this sense of superiority. But those of us who are native get this feeling of inferiority. It's a false sense of inferiority, but nonetheless, when you are in a school where you see images of yourself or your ancestors and you see people mocking you and making these fake false dances and painting themselves, they're using you like you're a clown. It's not an honor. We need to make positive changes and we need to demand positive changes. We need to force these schools to stop if they're not going to do it on their own. Now's the time. We, as a member of AIM, we have a table back in the back. If you'd like to come and get some more information, you can learn more about AIM and you can learn more about the work for change, for positive change. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Kalabova is our next speaker. She was born in Sisseton, South Dakota, on the Lake Traverse Reservation. She was adopted at 3 months old and found her family at 10. She's been on a journey of discovery while learning our heritage and culture. She's a mother of 4 beautiful children and also a grandmother of 3. Put your hands together for Kalabova.
So my name is Kelly Bova. I am Sisseton Wahpeton. I was born in Sisseton, South Dakota. At 3 months old, I was adopted out. My adoption papers actually said that I needed to be raised Catholic. I had to go to all Catholic schools. And in being adopted in a white family, I never met another Native American for 50 years. My mom would take me to a powwow, but at that time when I was young, I just wanted to fit in. I didn't have an identity at all. It was hard. And 10 years ago, I searched for my family and I found them. And here I found out that I was second youngest of 9 children and the only one adopted out. And when I found my family and I went out to South Dakota and I met them all, it was the most amazing experience. Because now I was just walking around saying, oh my God, everybody looks like me. I was so happy because I never had that. My parents here were Irish and Italian. So all our baby pictures are little kids and then just this one tall brown girl. But in finding my family, my mother gave me a name. My Dakota name is Ina Washakawi, which means strong mother. And that's me 100%. I've brought my 4 children out to South Dakota to teach them and show them who we really are. And it's been quite an experience. This last year, I was given a pair of moccasins by somebody who had them from Carlisle, Pennsylvania, the Indian Residential School. And these moccasins were from a woman who worked there. She was a seamstress and she worked in the kitchen. And she had them since 1905 and were just handed down from her family. And finally, the gentleman who gave them back to me said that he knew they did not belong to him. So our tribe, actually, Sisseton Wahpeton, had 2 children at Carlisle. And it's been a 6-year journey of trying to work with the Army, because it's the Army War College now, to work with the Army to get them to see that we want these children back, but we want it done in our way, in our ceremonies, in our traditions, not how they were telling us. We're still battling the Army. So finally, they agreed. They even actually let us have a sweat lodge on the property there. So September 26th, 7 vans of people came from Sisseton to bring these children home. Their name is Amos Laframboise and Edward Upright, and they both died at Carlisle. We disinterred their bodies on Tuesday, September 26th, and it was very hard because there were other tribes where they disinterred a casket and there was no body there. And so they just had to rebury and just say it was unknown. But our children, we brought them home, and it was a 4-day ceremony. And on the 4th day, well, I want to go back. in learning all of this in my traditions, I was able to they let me, the Buffalo Heart women showed me how to take care of these bones, these remains, these children. And that's where that's where my name, Inawashakawi, came in. Because I took these remains and I pictured my own children. And I just lovingly, makes you cry, I just lovingly held them, I sang to them, and I let them know that they are home now, that they are with their people. They don't have to be afraid. They're not alone anymore. And we had hundreds of our people come from Spirit Lake, from Sisseton, to welcome them home. And finally, on the 30th, on Saturday, we buried them. And we buried them in our way. And it was the most beautiful experience I can ever tell you about. It was a bright, sunny day. And it was just we were able to put them in the ground. We were able to sing to them and then let them know that they were home. And that's when, after that, it was a joyful celebration with everybody. So I just wanted to let you know that I know Indian residential schools, but there's also kids who were taken out of by adoption, and I was one of them. And there is hope that you can go home if you are adopted. Find your family. Know that you have traditions. And when I was welcomed home, it was the last day of Sundance, and everybody there came up to me and hugged me or shook my hand and said, "Welcome home." And it was the most beautiful experience I can ever imagine. And my mom, she was so sweet. She just kept patting me and touching me and holding my hand because she couldn't believe that I was finally here home and real. So I just wanted to share that experience with you and wish you all a good day. Hana Wash Day. Good day. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. All righty, we have one final speaker, and then we're going to get into the performances, but please put your hands together for House Representative Chris Rabb. Chris Rabb is an author, consultant, and former professor at Temple University. He serves on the following House committees: Agriculture and Rural Affairs, Finance and Commerce. He also is a proud father of 2 sons and lives in the Mount Airy Center of Philadelphia. So here we are, Chris Rabb.
Wanishi. Hey, I'm State Representative Chris Rabb, aka Rep Rabb, and I'm honored to be here today. And not just anywhere, not just at any time, but in this moment. In this moment, this is where we choose to return. In this moment, we are on sacred land. We're on land that represents a promise with the Shackamaxon Treaty. A promise that was betrayed in time. But the promise was that we could share in communion the same space in peace and solidarity and shared prosperity. White folk had other plans. And we've been fighting that fight ever since. And I want to say we, because we must protect us. Not them, us. Are you sitting on the sidelines saying, look at that? Or are you invested in justice? And nothing you can do that you believe is in the name of justice can leave out our indigenous siblings. You can't do it. Because this is a nation founded on stolen land and stolen labor. Am I right? But we decide what we do with the history that we must acknowledge. Because that history is being misinterpreted. It is being erased. We see book bans. We see erasure on all levels. But it's our responsibility to lean into solidarity, not in a performative or virtue signaling way, but doing the real work. And that work is not always easy. And sometimes you feel really alone when you're speaking up. When you look to your left and you look to your right and you don't see them, but you are surrounded by love. And I'm here out of love. I am here as the descendant of 16 great-great-grandparents born in 6 different states, from as far south as Mississippi to far north as Manhattan, all born into states where slavery was the state law. And all of my grandparents died free. And it didn't just happen. We made it happen. We made it happen. And it wasn't just black folk. It was indigenous folk too. It was white folk too, who were invested in shared prosperity, in community wealth, in justice. Justice is a verb. I'm here because I want to honor the sovereignty of tribal nations. I want to honor my indigenous siblings. I see you. I see you. I see you. Your struggle is my struggle. My struggle is your struggle. We must protect us. We don't need to be looking around. It's us. And it's easy to talk, but you got to act. And as a state lawmaker who represents 65,000 souls on Lenape land in Northwest Philadelphia, I have introduced a bill to abolish Columbus Day. I've done it every term I've been in office. This is my 4th time. I've introduced a bill to ban racist mascots. I'm just old-fashioned. I don't think we should have that. Unless you're prepared to root for the Washington Caucasians, shut it down. Okay? This work is not about censoring non-indigenous people, but I'm in the legislature where there are no enrolled members who serve. But until that happens, I am not going to speak for any indigenous person. Why? Because you speak for yourselves. You are the leaders. And I humbly follow you because I trust you. I love you. I respect the work you have done and continue to do. You are not past tense. And I leave you with this. There are a lot of things that politicians do, and a lot of it is superficial. One of the things that folks like to do is they like to have commissions. And those commissions have very fancy titles, but they don't have any money. They don't have any power or authority to enact change. With your help, I'm going to be introducing a bill to create a commission on indigenous affairs that is independent and autonomous and fully funded so that indigenous people decide what happens in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, not politicians. You, together, to craft our own intertwined fates. So I am so honored to be here in this moment. I love you. I honor you. And let's keep fighting the good fight. Wanishi.
Thank you, thank you. Those are some very powerful words there, and I appreciate the fact that there's a lot of solidarity when it comes around to Indigenous Peoples Day, for that's a fight that we've always been struggling with for many generations. So I definitely appreciate those words. They were hitting close to home.
1 more minute, and Inca Raiku will be back momentarily.
We are Inca Raiku. It's a Quechua word, which means because of the Inca. Because of the Inca, we are still here today, and we have the honor and privilege and pleasure to present to you music from our ancestors, spoken in our indigenous language, Quechua, sometimes Aymara, and of course Spanish. And by the way, in the sound check, we played a song from Ecuador, Toro Barroso. And we are going to play now another song or medley from Ecuador of San Juanitos. Curiquingue, a sacred bird of the Inca, and Amores hallarás, you will find loves.
Y esto es Ecuador, sí señor.
¡Vamos!
Esta bombita. Esto es Incaraitu.
Garras, garras, curriquengui, garras, garras, curriquengui, garras, garras, curriquengui, garras, garras, curriquengui, alpata asti curriquengui, alpata asti curriquengui, uigata chutai curriquengui, uigata chutai curriquengui, alpata asti curriquengui, alpata asti curriquengui, uigata chutai curriquengui, uigata chutai curriquengui. Caras, caras, curriquengui, caras, caras, curriquengui. Vamos! Ha, 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 ha.
Esta guambrita. Así se baila con Incaraitu.
Garras, garras, curriquengui, garras, garras, curriquengui, garras, garras, curriquengui, garras, garras, curriquengui, alpata asti curriquengui, alpata asti curriquengui, uigata chutai curriquengui, uigata chutai curriquengui, alpata asti curriquengui, alpata asti curriquengui, uigata chutai curriquengui, uigata chutai curriquengui. Caras, caras, curriquengui, caras, caras, curriquengui. ¡Vamos! ¡Ja, ja! ¡Chura, chura, chura! ¡Hombrita! Así. Gira, gira, gira. Así. Así. Amores, hallarás. Ay, amor, amores hallarás, pero ponme el mío, jamás, jamás. Ay, amores hallarás, pero ponme el mío, jamás, jamás. Si tú tienes corazón, compadécete. Si tú tienes corazón, compadécete de mí.
Esta guambrita. Qué bonito.
dices que te vas, me dices que te vas, andate, andate. Ay, me dices que te vas, andate, andate. Zarrapangas como vos, a montones se dan ya. Zarrapangas como vos, a montones se dan ya. ¡Otra tocadita!
Chure, chure, mamita.
Ecuador! We're going to play a beautiful genre, melody, rhythm called Saya Caporales. This genre has a very strong influence from the Africans who were brought to work in the mines in the Altiplano. Are we ready? Okay, so while you're taking a breather, this is the part of the show where we get you verbally involved, okay? I'm gonna say Inca, you're gonna answer what? Raiku, right? Our name, right? Ready? Let's give it a shot. Ready? With the rhythm, right? Inca! 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 Hey, hey, hey! Inca! Inca! It's good, it's good. Let's go, let's go! Hey, hey, hey! Hey, cha, la. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey.
Esta ilusión, fuego de amor, tanto he soñado. Al encontrarte nació una luz dentro de mi alma. Fiesta de amor, quiero vivir siempre a tu lado. Fiesta de amor, quiero vivir siempre a tu lado. Eres la luz, eres el fuego, eres la vida. Al encontrarte nació una luz dentro de mi alma. Cantar, quiero bailar, saya contigo. Quiero cantar, quiero bailar, saya contigo. Saya contigo.
Get ready. Get ready. Inca. 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 Hey, hey, hey. Inca. 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 Hey, hey, hey. Inca. 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 Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Dímelo. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey.
Bailando en los carnavales, morenita, no corrales. Hey, hey, hey. Bailando en los carnavales, morenita, no corrales. Yo bailo por hey, hey, hey. Porque bailando caporales, mi negrita, yo te conocí. Hey, hey. Porque bailando caporales, mi negrita, yo te conocí. Yo te conocí, mi negrita. Y me enamoré, yo te conocí, negrita, y me enamoré. Contentes con tus colores, las jóvenes de ciudad que son siempre muy alegres, negra, bailamos siempre. Hey, hey, hey. Contentes con tus colores, las jóvenes de ciudad que son siempre muy alegres, negra, bailamos siempre. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Bailando en los carnavales, morenita, caporales. Hey, hey, hey. Bailando en los carnavales, morenita, caporales. Yo bailo por hey, hey, hey. Porque bailando caporales, mi negrita, yo te conocí. Hey, hey, hey. Porque bailando caporales, mi negrita, yo te conocí. Yo te conocí, negrita, y me enamoré. Yo te conocí, negrita. Otra vez multicolores, las cámaras y cibatas son siempre muy alegres, negra, bailando. Hey, hey, hey. Los multicolores, las cámaras y cibatas son siempre muy alegres, negra, bailando. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey.
Incaraiku. Thank you. Thank you. Amazing, in spite of a lot of things. Okay, are we ready? Vamos con el Sicuri del grupo Altiplano de Waxapata, Puno, Peru. And then we will play for the cactus a melody you may recognize. Cactus! Thanks coming. God bless everybody. We see you next year, God willing. Thank you. We love you. Thank you. Bye bye.
All right, thank you for Inca Raiku. Next up, we have a wonderful, wonderful performance. His name's Richie Oliveira. I'm gonna introduce him up to the stage and let him tell you what he performs and how long he's been doing it. So please welcome Richie Oliveira.
Hi, how are you? My name is Richie Oliveira, and I'm going to be playing some music for you today. I'm going to be playing some music from South and North America with my flutes. And the first song is called let me check real quick. It's a song from South America. This is called Ñucayacta from Ecuador. Thank you. All right, so thank you very much. So the next song, it's a Spanish song as well from Peru. This is called a Virgenes del Sol. Thank you. All right, thank you very much. The next song is actually from Bolivia, and this is called El Leño Verde. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Richie. Next up, I don't know if you guys were here earlier, but the Sky Dancers are an ensemble that played, and they're going to perform for you again. Their performers are of all different ages from the Six Nations of the Grand River and Ontario, Canada. Their troupe was founded in 1946 by the late Howard Sky, and two generations later, they continue to share their rich culture and social dancing. So please put your hands together for the Sky Dancers.
Good afternoon, everyone. Where we come from, when we greet each other, for those of you who weren't here this morning, when we greet each other, what we say, Sego. So, honagade wigay ka, ne toniwahni slowed. Ne hona, ne handwadli wahdanje, ne jini ganon yoda, gane huay, ne chunu, ne dwanadung. Neo ni ne oya ne wagwale jalu ne ise ne jingwe datsu ne wadu ne dais wakwadaze ne dais onunya dane tonayo hage ne yungwa ni go. So what I just mentioned in there as well, that is you see our dancers go up there, and all the men, they start to go up there. If you out in the crowd want to come up and dance with our dancers with this particular song, you're more than welcome to do so. And then as the women go up there as well, for the women that are out there in the crowd, you can make your way on up there as well. So wherever it is that you feel most comfortable, entering into that circle, then we invite you to join us. And so you don't have to be in regalia, but just kind of let the ones that are in regalia, let them go up first, and then everybody else can go up after. We try to be as inclusive as we can, with what we're doing. But some of these ones that are sitting in the front here, you might need to move back just a little bit, because we're going to make a circle here in the front here where the dancers are going to be. Dane tonayo hage na yungwa ni go. If there's any Lenape people out there in the crowd, I welcome you. I invite you to come and participate in this dance. This is your dance. This dance belongs to you.
wants to come on up and dance, now's your time. Make your way on up. Join our group here. Like I said, the men that are dancing in front, they're protecting the families. So all you men out there, you should be coming up here to demonstrate and to show that that's the kind of person that you are, that you're willing to put your life on the line, protect your families, protect your children, protect your women. That's what the responsibility of this dance, that's part of what this is about. So we just want to, again, invite everybody else out there, come on up and join our dancers and have a good time. Are you now, if we have allies, non-Indigenous allies that want to come on up and join us, now's your chance to come on up and dance with us. Come on up. Don't be shy. Are you goya, haya hey goya, haya hey goya, 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 haya hey goya, haya hey goya, haya hey goya, goya, haya hey goya, haya hey goya, goya, haya hey goya, haya hey goya, 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 haya hey goya, haya hey goya, haya hey goya, goya, haya hey goya, haya hey goya, goya, haya hey goya, haya hey goya, yo. All right, give these dancers a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Delaware Lenape Skin Dance.
All right, let's keep that energy going. Please put your hands together for Mr. Marcus.
My name is Keith IMC. I'm a Pawnee and a Skeety Pawnee and a Nogozogi Bear Clan of the Seminole. Those are my two tribes. Came here. I live in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Glad to be here. And right now, y'all ready to get live? In my language, we say "Hithi ma hey." Somebody say "Hithi ma hey." Now say "Doodah hey." All right, we're gonna do this round dance to get y'all warmed up. Oh. Okay, my natives. If you got a native outfit on, I need you out here to represent. This is Indigenous Peoples Day. I need somebody out here to start this round dance. There we go. There we go. Y'all know how to round dance. Mado, mado, mado. Join us. Don't be shy. It's for everybody. Let's go. We still here. Aho. Wait, y'all. All right, y'all ready? It's gonna be short and sweet, y'all. Let's go, let's go. I need some help. Come on, y'all. Go ahead and dance with me, y'all. Feel it. Yo, feel the music, y'all. There you go. I need some help. Say, oh yeah. Come on, come on. Oh yeah. There we go, y'all. Hands up. There you go. All right, y'all. Put your fists up like this. Say, doodah hey. Wash day. Hoka hey. Orale. Yo, I have seen time intervene like beam. Cast right over my team lightning. Thunder sounds I hype me fighting. My people are mighty now. I be destructive flighty. We rightly, but daily and nightly. Yo, what I see that keeps me open and makes my mind free. ID, try with the top I be. Put your hands up, my people. Put your hands up and step. There you go. There you go. I want y'all to do this. Go like this. There you go. Say doodah hey. Wash day. Hoka hey. Yacht hey. Aquay. Glasuka matle. Hindi mohe. Orale. There you go. Vibe out. There you go. Yes. Women Nation, make some noise. Men Nation, make some noise. All people make some noise. The next generation make some noise. Grade school, middle school. There you go. Give yourselves a round of applause, y'all. Keep vibing with me, keep vibing with me. There you go. Feel it, y'all. Y'all like that? All right. That was nice, y'all. I'm like DJ by default. Okay, let's get this started. Y'all ready? I just wanted to get y'all warmed up a little bit. Here we go. Thank y'all very much. Who wants some free stuff? Y'all want some free stuff? All right, lift your hands up if you want some free stuff. Here. Here's some free stuff. Catch it, y'all. It costs you nothing. That's free energy. Use it. Bless yourselves. It's yours, y'all. Check it. It only takes one time to figure it out. Hands up if you know what we talking about. All my people, when you're walking and you're living it out. When you talk about keys, you talk about the clouds. The battle is not over, the struggle just begun. Whenever you're walking, keep your head up to the sun. Square up with opposition. Stand up a triple threat. If you ain't coming right, you better come correct. 2000, a police stay in public housing when you're browsing. Surveillance on recorders getting scanned at the borders, either on your palm or your forehead. Infrared is red into the World Bank. It's scarier to think the brink of human genocide. To tell overpopulation, something we gotta realize. A world of mass hysteria. Lock or break the racial barrier, or get killed off by AIDS or malaria. It's scarier, the feeling inferior to adversity. Being at the mercy of Lucifer and his evil fairies who wanna bury us 6 feet under, die clueless. With one and never for sure. Everything is obscure, you are oblivious, lazy, it's all shady. The mischievous devil keeps your baby, but they can't make that sacrifice for God. So I knock and pray so my bro can see the way clearly. It only takes one time to figure it out. Hands up if you know what we talking about. All my people, when you're walking and you're living it down. When you talk about keys, yo, you talk about the cloud. The battle is not over, the struggle just begun. Whenever you're walking, keep your head up to the sun. Square up with opposition. Stand up with triple threat. If you ain't coming right, you better come correct. If you ain't coming right, you better come correct. If you ain't coming right, if it ain't treaty rights, you better. If it ain't human rights, it only takes one time to figure it out. Hands up if you know what we talking about. All my people, when you're walking and you're living it out. When you talk about keys, yo, you talk about the clouds. The battle is not over, the struggle just begun. Whenever you're walking, keep your head up to the sun. Square up with opposition. Stand up a triple threat if you ain't coming right. Hey, give yourselves a round of applause.
All right, all right. That's always an amazing and great performance by Keese. You can follow him on Instagram. He's always available doing performances. The next group I want to introduce you to is the Native Nations Dance Troupe. Vonda Hilton will say a few words, so please keep that energy going and welcome Vonda Hilton.
That they wear called to the spirit. Chehuntamo. Whenever you say Chehuntamo, you're saying hello, how are you? In the Seminole language. My name is Wanda Hilton. I'm Blackfeet, Seminole, and Creek from 3 different nations. I'm here representing Native Nations Dance Theater, which has been doing a lot of work in the city of Philadelphia for the past 30 years. We have been presenting programs, educational programs all over the world, and we are very happy to be here. Thank you, Mabel, for inviting us for the 7th year to this magnificent Indigenous Day program. Native Nations Dance Theater, yes, a round of applause for Mabel, yes. Native Nations Dance Theater has also presented Indigenous Day programs for the past 13 years here in Philadelphia at Bartram Gardens, along with Olino Lisli Kalmakek, which is an Aztec dance company. Native Nations Dance Theater is the first and oldest Native American dance company here that's based in Philadelphia. We have produced cultural performances around the world, including Central Asia, Turkmenistan, Europe, the Caribbean, the Middle East, including Abu Dhabi and Oman, Canada, and the Mediterranean. Native Nations Dance Theater has presented on the behalf of the United States of America and tribal entities, the government, the Kimmel Center for Performing Arts, the U.S. embassies, the U.S. Mint, the U.S. military, and various other agencies around the world. While performing in Greece, we were presented with many awards from the artistic community there. We specialize in theatrical performances and powwow dances, but we cater to the education side of it. We hope you enjoy our programs, and sometimes people ask what we want. What I want is to see the Native American leadership come up with a plan and a curriculum to teach teachers how to present Native education. I want teachers to teach Native history and education all year long, not just in November. I want Native teachers to go through diversity training specific dealing with Native issues and our children. And I want students to learn deeper and produce substantive projects that reflect us as a people. I want school-age children to understand our history as it is and not for the candy-coated version that we have in schools. And lastly, I want to see us progress as a people, move into the future with purpose and with knowledge and foresight that we are still here. The grass dance is representative of the tall prairie grass swaying in the wind. The grass dancers also prepare the grounds by praying and blessing the circle. They used to tuck small braids of grass in their belts and perform this dance for all those who would follow into the circle of life. The bells that they wear call to the spirit so that they will hear the prayers of all the people. The Eastern Women's Blanket Dance is from the Eastern Seaboard, and it is a style of dance that is performed with a beautifully decorated blanket. This dance represents the caring and the warmth of a woman and how she presents it to her family and her loved ones. This dance is also used as a courtship dance. This dance explains the woman's stages of life and the different stages of womanhood. we higher, eh higher, we higher, eh higher, we higher, eh higher, we higher, oh well, hey, we higher, eh higher, 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 we higher, oh well, hey, we higher, eh higher, we higher, eh higher, we higher, eh higher, we higher, oh well, hey. All right, that was 2 times through for these dancers. Thank you, dancers. That's my cousin there. That's my cousin there, Peter. All right, and these are my grandsons, Jordan in the blue and Andrew in the red. And then there's the interim chief of the Southeastern Cherokee Confederacy, which used to be run by Chief Buffy Redfeather in the Philadelphia area, standing there in the blue with the turkey feather fan. All right, Lee. So if you want to learn that dance, come on into the dance arena right here. Come on up. Come on. Come on, kids. Come on in. Time for you to, all right, come on in. Let's fill up this area right here. Come on. Crow hop time. Doing a different dance. You did a round dance earlier today. You did Haudenosaunee dances earlier today. Now it's time to crow hop. All right? From a different area of Native country. All right. We got some takers for the crow hop. And if you notice, it's like a hop. You hop from side to side. All right? Slide your feet forward and back. Hop side to side. All right? Like a big skip. All right? Native American Dance Class 101. Yeah. I've been teaching dance for over 45 years. Thank you. Thank you. All kinds of dance. Yeah. Here we go with the crow hop. Are you ready? Spread out, spread out, spread out, spread out, spread out. Now you're going to dance in a clockwise motion. You're going to dance around in a clockwise circle here. So dance in a clockwise direction with the crow hop. You're going to dance around that circle. All right? Way higher, eh, higher, way higher, eh, higher. There you go. Way higher, eh, higher, way higher, eh, higher. Way higher, eh, higher, way higher, eh, higher. Way higher, eh, higher, way higher, oh well, hey, hey. Way higher, eh, higher, way higher, eh, higher. Way higher, eh, higher, way higher. Oh, let's do it again. Way higher, eh, higher, way higher, eh, higher. Way higher, eh, higher, way higher, eh, higher. Way higher, eh, higher, way higher, eh, higher. Way higher, eh, higher, way higher, oh well, hey, hey. Way higher, eh, higher, get it. Way higher, eh, higher, way higher, eh, higher, way higher, oh well, hey, hey. Thank you very much for coming out. Thank you very much. We are Native Nations Dance Theater. Thank you very much. Have a great day. It's been a great day so far. Have a great day on purpose. Thank you.
All right, all right. That was amazing and beautiful. Thank you, Vonda, for sharing those dances. I'm excited to invite Kanta Planetsi and the local Mexica community to the stage. Please welcome Kanta Planetsi.
Saludamos al viento del norte, el lugar de nuestros ancestros, nuestras abuelas y abuelos, el legado indígena de la raíz que somos, del norte, del sur, del oriente y del poniente. We salute the ancestral line of our ancestors, where we're coming from. Nikanka, in Ishprinsinko, in way with Zilopostli, we salute the wind of the south, the place of the humankind, of human will. Saludamos al viento del sur, la fuerza de voluntad, al pequeño colibrí with Zilopostli. Atehekatetlali, atotonali. Meteo. Saludamos al viento del centro, la fuerza de Tonatiu. We ask for permission to initiate this dance to our father's son. We ask for permission to our Mother Earth. Saludamos a nuestra madre tierra con nuestros cuerpos. Kenikanka, Tintonatiu, en Espancinco, en Guaitonan, Tintlaltipacti, Atehecatletlali, Atotonali. Sencatla Sogamati. Gracias a todos. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this celebration of the Indigenous Peoples Day. We're here sharing the Mexica traditions of dances with our regalia, our word, our dances and movement to pray along with you, to give thanks and honor Mother Earth, to give thanks for the medicine we receive from one another and the medicine of sound. Ometeod. Mexicatiahue. That was the dance, warrior dance. La danza de los guerreros del corazón, los guerreros que somos cada uno al levantarnos cada mañana y mirarnos al espejos. We are the warriors. We are the one, the shadow that we should be looking at. Thank you. Thank you very much. The dances we practice as a collective in resemblance of the Mexica teachings and lessons that we have learned from other mentors and elders is a resemblance of what unites us as the people of the four corners of the planet. These are our prayers and this is our movement. We are representing the same as you do, honoring the earth, honoring our brothers and sisters from other species, and also being kind to one another. Thank you. Please keep watching. We're going to soon close our ceremony and be united on this one word, the movement of the dance. We honor to our Mother Earth. We're the first one to keep Mother Earth alive. We have to clean our grass. We are the ones to pick up the trash everywhere we go. We are the seeds. We are the one that need to remember the memory of our elders, of our ancestors. Thank you very much. Remember that the land that you're now standing on is sacred land because it belonged to the ancestors of this place. So we are honored to be part of Indigenous Peoples Day. And by closing our ceremony, we would like to invite you to get up from where you are and lift your hands and spirit to give thanks to the spirit of the universe, the four corners that have been good to us in allowing this space to be open with a beautiful sky, with a beautiful sun, and the energy of all of us together here. Thank you. We lift our hands and spirit to give thanks to the spirit of the east, the place where the first ray of light comes in the morning. Agradecemos al espíritu de la mañana que nos da el primer rayo de luz. Eshgenikanka intlasokamatililia miak, insenkatlasokamati, inhuaytlahuistlampa, intonatio ikisaya, adehekatletlali, atotonali. Ometeot. We lift our hands and spirit to give thanks to the spirit of the west, where the sun sets in the afternoon, reminding us that our heart is as red as the sun. It has to keep beating every day and every morning we see ourselves in the mirror. Eshgenika nitlakat, intlasokamatililia miak, inhuayxipetotek, intonatio temoa. We lift our hands and spirit to give thanks to the spirit of the north, the place of our ancestors, those that have crossed the line of the visible and invisible. We give thanks for the legacy, for the blood, for the lineage, for the heresy, for the memory.
Del rumbo del norte, rumbo donde descansan nuestros seres amados, rumbo de Tezcatlipoca. ¡Ay!
the south, the spirit of the waters that are running within our body to represent our emotions, who we are.
Rumbo a Huitzilopochtli, rumbo a donde está nuestra voluntad.
Now we look at the center. We lift our hands in spirit to give thanks to the center of the universe. We give thanks to the strength and the force of Tonatiuh, our Father's Son. In Tlazo Kamatililia Miek, in Wayo Meteo, in Kali Wikat. Lastly but not least, we're going to give thanks to Mother Earth because she has been beautiful and generous with us. We had food. We had all the fruits and vegetables that we needed on our tables this past summer. We had the houses that were built with the woods from the trees. We had the company of the one we love. Agradecemos y nos despedimos de nuestra madre tierra Tonantzin. Eshke nikanka, nikanka. Intlazo kamatililia miek ingway Tonantzin tlaltipaklik. Thank you very much.